Is that alright, around your neck?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Can I move this out of the way?
Yeah, of course. There we go. So. Again, guys, we roll it over the gown. I know these ones are a little bit funny, but what I do is either tuck it in the shirt and then roll this over it so there's no hair that's going to come out, rather than having it loose at the back and suddenly hair just... Because I went over to, was it your client? When there was loads of hair in there and I was literally picking it out and wiping it, yeah? So you want to try and tighten that up. That's still too loose for him because we can't get it tighter. That's why I've just brought it up and tightened it in, yeah? So it looks like
it's neck though, isn't it? It's got quite a big neck.
No, it's still loose on him. Oh, right. Yeah, it's still quite loose on him. When I take it off, you'll see how loose it is. So, we're going to do a 1.5 on his bit. That's right. Yeah. We're going to do a 1.5. And what I do is when I'm doing a bit, like I always say, right at the top of the ear here, above that is the haircut. So I want to come slightly down to where the bone is. We'll all feel it, we've all got it right here, yeah? I take it just to where the bone is, and I'll take my clipper work to there. So then now I know, after that, I've got this section here to fake, to blend it into my beard, to my hair, yeah? So, come everything down, and literally, I'm just gonna come all over the face, yeah? Always covering the eye. You see that, guys? I'm covering his eye, yeah? And I'm working. What's that? Yeah. And literally, when I'm going over the face, I'm just going up all different directions, yeah?
Top right to the left.
So as you can see, just taking it off, nice and clean. Most people, this is normally the easiest and most common way of doing beards. But it's good to see both, yeah? Because you could be a pro at that and suddenly you put a 1 grade on and you're all nervous going, I don't want to hurt
Could you do that? What you did with here? Could you do it on a higher guard? Could you do this?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as precise.
I could have probably done like a 5 or 4 on his.
And then do the outline and everything.
Yeah,
But
yeah. That's why it's all. That's why I want to show you
different
this as
techniques.
well.
Would
Would have been about a 4, did you say?
Yeah, probably about 4. Let me have a look. About 5.5. Yeah? Cool. So, coming in again, going at different directions, covering the eye again, because the hair does tend to flick out everywhere, guys. I'm just going all different directions, and if I'm going different directions, especially in places like this, I use a few of the teeth again, yeah? Just so I can get in there. So just lift your head up for me. Yeah, that's perfect, thank you. Make sure we get all underneath there as well. Do you have a line on the bottom or do you want it faded?
Put a line in.
Yeah, cool. So, work our way around to the other side. I tend to get both of the cheeks out of the way and the chin. I'll do the moustache last, yeah? Same again, combing it all out, especially with afro hair as well, because it curls up so much, we've got to make sure we comb it out, yeah? But you can do it with any beard, even his was quite tight in. Because what ends up happening, you don't comb it out, and then suddenly you go to cut it, and it just pulls the hair, yeah? And you don't want to make it uncomfortable for the client, yeah? Just lift up a bit. I'm making sure we're getting it all underneath, yeah? Sorry. Don't poke your client in the eye as well.
Good tip.
So we've cleaned it all off now, yeah? So now we've got it all down to one length. With the moustache, I always tend to take it a grade shorter, like a half shorter or something like that. So because I've done a 1.5, I'll do a 1 on his beard, on his moustache. Reason this is you'll find most of the moustaches are a lot thicker than a beard. You can, just to be safe, always go with a 1 with the same grade first. If it's above a 2, I'll do it with clip over comb. Reason being is because the guard won't go and it will just poke him in the nose. Yeah? So, I'm going to go with a 1. Same again, covering the eye. And I'll do both sides first. And then when I get right to the middle, I'm going to tell the client to stretch his lip, yeah? So stretch your lip for me.
What does that look like?
That's it.
Is that different from what you said not to do on the previous one because it's on a guard?
Yeah, what's that, sorry?
Because you know you said don't necessarily do it for the line.
Yes.
Is it because that's on a guard?
Yeah.
So you know
No. The reason why is because I'm not trying to put any lines in. I'm just trying to reduce the length, so it's not a problem. Yeah? And because it's a guard, it's going to get into the perfect guard. If I told him to do that when I'm doing clip over comb, it may be slightly different. I'm still going to need him to do that, but I've got to be like adjudging it a little bit more so it don't take too much. Because what you got to think, your guard is your comb then. So if he goes like that and suddenly the comb moves in more, then you're going to go shorter. Yeah?
I guess him stretching it just gives you a bit more room
Yes.
rather than poke the nose.
Exactly. That's all it's about. So as we can see now, when we look at the moustache, I've taken it half a grade shorter, but it actually looks the same length. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, after we've done that, and now we're going to taper the sideburns into the beard. We can do this 2 ways. We can either get on number 2 and just fade it in, or we can do clip over comb. I'm just going to do clip over comb because then I get an exact length of where I want it to blend into, yeah? So, as we can see with the hair is longer than the beard now, yeah? So when I do the beard, I'm going to angle my comb away from the hair more into the beard because that's shorter. If it was the opposite way, like his hair shorter than the beard, I would angle it the opposite way, going shorter into the hair than the beard, yeah? Obviously still taking into account, you don't want to go too short on the shorter point, yeah? So you just got to judge it. There we go. There we go. So, now I'm going to line it off for him. Exactly the same thing again. Line it underneath. Yeah? So. And I'm just tapering around the edges, yeah? Just so it all blends in. See that line now, guys? Nice and shaped for him, yeah? If there's any bits that we need to clear off, we can just go over it. Just to clear it all off, yeah? Like I said, I just like to clean around the ears, just because it looks like that whole bit is nice and clean. Yeah?
It's good.
Rather than him, you know, leaving and he's still got a bush around his ear. Yeah? At the end of the day, we're giving them a service. We want them to leave feeling like, I've had a nice shape up, I'm fresh now, yeah? So, I'm going to match it on the other side. like I said, you would still check, guys, just to make sure. But with me, the way I'm doing it at the moment, the reason why I'm not really checking is because I'm literally just coming on the line where it was at the moment anyway, yeah? And then I'm gonna check, does it need to be adjusted, yeah? Because if I checked and I saw it was too higher anyway, before I do anything, it's got to come down anyway. So I might as well do it and then check afterwards, yeah? But you can always check before. Now I'm coming from the side, so I've done this section here. I'm coming to the side now, sorting that section out.
Is that just a little bit of tapering?
Yeah, just a little bit of tapering, just because it was slightly too long. Looking in the mirror again, just to see how it sits. Then I'm going to do two wheeler, just to blend in that corner bit there, yeah? I want to look in the mirror. I always go just below the line, just so I can see that it all matches in, yeah? How's that looking for you?
Yeah.
Is that alright, yeah? So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to line off the bottom bit again. I'm going to slightly bring it up, and we're going to go from this section here. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Yeah? I normally go where the crease is, because that's where it looks most natural. I'm come in with my line. I'm just going to follow it all the way around in the shape of the face, yeah? So it slightly curls in, slightly comes in, ever so slightly, yeah? Reason being, if I went completely straight, it's just going to look like this is really low, yeah? And the middle is really high, yeah? So that's why I slightly round it.
Sorry, was that round it so the middle's a bit higher or a bit lower?
No, I start with the middle first, and then I start to slightly round it off.
Okay.
Yeah? Ever so slightly.
So from the middle it sort of goes up the other side ever so
Yeah,
slightly on the
yeah.
bottom.
But all it is just following the shape of the neck and with the jawline. Yeah? Because if you feel your jawline, my jawline's here. If I come from here, look, I'm slightly going to come round on that bit rather than coming completely straight with it. It's going to look too low on the corners, yeah? So, and then I follow around to the other side, starting at the middle again. And just following exactly the same thing again. Looking in the mirror again, just to see if anything needs to be done. Especially the outlines on the sides, you really don't want to bring in too far. It's just more of a natural look, yeah? Just to sharpen it up. And when I get away all the excess, I always have my clipper flat. Because if you're going like this, it scrapes on the skin, and because it's so sharp, you don't want to hurt the person, yeah? And if I have to go different directions, then I flatten it coming down, yeah? Now we're going to do the lip again, yeah? Same again. Comb everything down and just come around the lip. Few of the teeth again, guys. You want me to bring these down slightly? Yeah. Some people like you to make the moustache a little shorter by bringing it from the top downwards. And you look in the mirror to see how it looks. Just going to square off this section here. Same again, guys, you can do it coming in this way. And just match the other side. As you can see, guys, I just keep looking in the mirror and then adjusting little bits, yeah? So it matches up.
How long should you allow a beard trim for, like, when you do one?
What do you mean?
The time-wise?
Of actually doing it?
Yeah.
If they book in just for a beard trim, you get half an hour. If they book it in with a haircut, you've got an hour to do both.
An hour to do both?
Yeah. So, I can do a beard. Normally a beard takes me about 5 minutes. Yeah? Obviously you've got to think I'm talking a lot, explaining a lot, that's why it takes a lot more time. But if you just get the right consultation right and you know what you're going to do, you just do it in like 10 minutes max. I could do that in 5 minutes. This could take you 3 minutes. It's just the outlines that take a bit longer. So, and then your client's all nice and tidy.
It's good.
How's that for you? 1 second, there's one bit I want to do. Excuse me. Do that again for me. See, now because I've already done my lines, now I can adjust him to come down like that. Because I've already got my guide, it's just taking off the excess. Is that alright for you?
Can you like I'll typically like a line?
Okay.
Like a box cleaned up?
Yeah. Do you want that taken off?
Yeah.
Yeah? And that's fine. So all I've done now, guys, is I've literally squared it off from here, and then I'm coming up. Yeah, so I'm just making a box in the middle for him. Same when I go on the sides to make my line here, because I don't want to go flat, it's going to end up taking off. All I'm using is a few of the teeth, yeah? Coming in at an angle. How's that?
Yeah.
Is that alright, yeah?
Yep.
And then your client's ready, yeah? And you see how nice and neat it looks as well, guys, yeah?
It's good.
So, what I want you to do now, just so you can see, guys, it is still a bit loose here. Yeah? So it's because I just pull it up and then wrap it around. Yeah? And always clean off your client, yeah? Make sure you've got every bit of hair off him. Let's go. Perfect. So now, we're gonna go on our head blocks. Yeah?